Decide you want some nut milk or something, this is so easy to do. So I think I've got a cup of macadamia and I got a whole bunch of almonds. And the other beauty of raw foods is you don't really have to do a lot of measuring. There are no mistakes in a raw kitchen. What I'm basically doing is giving you guidelines and ideas, and then you take with them and run. Don't say, oh, she said only use 1 cup of seed and half a cup of this, and I put in too much. So what? You just add more nut or you taste it, because that's where the real cooking is.
So how long have those nuts been soaking?
These have been soaking since yesterday. But here's the deal, I always have nuts soaking in my refrigerator too. And once they're soaked, they have to be kept refrigerated. So you can soak them and take them out of the water and just leave them in the glass jar in the refrigerator, or you could leave them soaking for a couple of days. But if you leave them soaking, you got to rinse them. We're using alkaline water, but I really want you to only use purified water. I'm a big believer in alkaline water now. I used to have ozonated water in my home, and we have multi-pure up front, and we have distilled in the back. And I had ozonated at home, but since I've read all the research on alkaline water, I'm sold on it. And I actually switched out my water at my home to alkaline water, and we have an alkaline machine here. If any of you are interested, of course, you can go online and find them, but we do have them available also. That's what you've got with your green tea is alkaline water. And the beauty of alkaline water is the body's always trying to reach this acid-alkaline balance, or our pH. And most of us and all of our illnesses is based in an acidic body. So 90% of what you're taking in is acidic to your body, especially if you're eating cooked food and animal products and things. It's acidic to the body. So every chance that you can make your body alkaline, you're on the winner side. So drinking alkaline water is almost as good as drinking vegetable juice for your body. It's very alkaline to the water. So we're all kind of sold on the alkaline water here. And now I just made nut milk. Great for children is sesame milk with pumpkin seeds and a little of this, because what it does is it's extremely high in calcium. So if you're taking your children off of dairy, which I highly recommend, my kids grew up vegans their whole life, and excuse me, that's really delicious. It's a little more watery than I would like, so what I would do is I just add more nuts to it if I wanted it creamier tasting. Pour my nut mixture in the bag. And this is really great with the kids. When I teach at the Peggy Norderbrook Museum or the Children's Museum, I always have the children make nut milk. So you just put it in the bag, and you milk the bag. Look at that. And you have this beautiful milk that comes out. It is so easy to do. And this is how we make the milk up front. My employees are always saying, isn't there an easier way to do it? How much easier is this? You don't have to own a cow. You don't have to get up at 5 in the morning and milk them. You don't have to, this is the easiest thing in the world to do. Doesn't it look like milk? Okay. So we just made nut milk, and this would be great over wheat berries with raisins.
2 tablespoons a day.
I've had mothers with children with eczema, or people in general with eczema. You put the coconut oil on your skin, and you eat some every day, and you can get rid of eczema. When we had all those scares, the H1N1, the swine flu and everything, I had moms calling me saying, I don't want to give my baby the flu shot, what should I do? Had them, give them coconut oil. It's antiviral, antibacterial. Now, had this been sitting, and I could have had them just have it sitting all day, every day. This is not something that you're going to eat every day. This is a treat, because cacao was originally medicinal. It was used in the ancient cultures as a medicine, and you never want to do tons of medicine, as wonderful as it can taste, and we're used to it. This is 2 cups, right?
Actually, I think you might have to measure that out.
We won't measure that. We'll just eyeball it as...
Is that what you use in the pudding?
Yes. But you can, if you feel that you have a sensitivity to cacao, even though it's an antioxidant good for you, use carob. They have slightly different tastes. I prefer the raw cacao, and it's very difficult to get raw carob. But now I'm going to mix it. Start it slow. And then I'm going to add the real secret ingredient. What is that good? I want a little more honey. I'm going to add a pinch of salt, because anytime we're doing sweets, we do salt with it also to bring out the flavors. And I only use the Himalayan Sea Salt, which is it's a crystal salt, and there's no processing to it whatsoever. It's still pink. And people go, well, I'm salt sensitive. You know, I was told not to eat salt. Well, I believe it's the white table salt you're not supposed to eat that's pulling the vitamins and nutrients. This is like taking a mineral pill.
Right?
Literally, it's just add that. Now we're going to make our cake. Because we're starting with desserts. And that's what I always tell people, you know, because I'm a raw foodist so long, and when people take my classes, they get very, I call it militant, you know, because we do tons of chlorophyll. The human body should be taking in 60-70% chlorophyll a day. We're like little plants. We're supposed to have all this chlorophyll, and we certainly don't take in that much. So what happens is when people take my class, and we get up to doing about 60-70% chlorophyll a day, and their bodies are used to it and very alkaline and tastes good, then they want all their friends and family to jump on board, and they go, here, you gotta have some of this. It's making me feel great, you know? This is not how you win people to your side. This is how you win them to your side, okay? This will taste it and they'll gag and they'll go, she's crazy, and they'll never try it again. This, they'll go, oh my God, I could do that. What else can we do wrong? So you get people in. So now I'm going to take my almond mixture and I'm going to take some of my nut flour. And I'm going to start to mix them together. And we do plan on having hands-on classes, not just demos. We're just getting set up for that. It takes a little while to do that because there's a lot involved with it.
What are your certification classes?
That's what I mean. There'll be hands-on, the certification classes. We had, you see these tables here? I had tons of those built, and those are going to be out and about, and those are going to be your workstations. So it's in the works. It just hasn't happened. I always tell people, some people are just running a vegan restaurant. I'm running two. Some people are just running a raw food restaurant. I'm running a restaurant and a juice bar. Some people are just running a wellness center. I'm running a wellness center with about 10 different therapies in it and yoga classes. So I'm doing a lot every day. I work 16 hours a day, 6 days a week. I'm not complaining. This is my choice, and if I didn't eat raw foods and detox 4 times a year, kind of starting to look like cake dough. This is so cool, guys. Wait till you see what this does and wait till you taste it. So I'm going to leave some of the nut mixture in there because it's going to be the basis for the bottom of the cake. And you could take the same mixture and make little balls and roll them in poppy seeds or ground and make little candies. When I do the Christmas class, I'm going to be making all kinds of cookies and candies, and this is the basic dough just to make the candies, like little truffles. We could make a sweet carob powder and roll them in that. We could add carob to, we could add some of the chocolate to this and make them like chocolate candies. And, you know, we could form little holes and put different surprises on the inside and bring it around. I mean, that's what I love about raw foods. You know, before I became a raw foodist, I was a cook. I mean, I made the best brajioles and calzone and spaghetti with neck bones and meatballs and stuff. I've always loved to cook. I made the best fried chicken in the world. And then when I found the raw foods, it's more fun. You know, because there's no end. You can just go on and on and on. So, as you can see, I hope you're appreciating that I'm doing this without a lot of measuring so that you don't feel trapped, that you got to go by a lot of exact measurements. It's all about the tasting. That's the real cooking. Did any of you from the last class make any of the stuff? What'd you make, Cindy?
I made ravioli.
The spinach raviolis. We made spinach raviolis.
Took a few turnips to get it the right consistency, the right thinness.
You have to practice with your mandolin. Spread that on. That's my first cake layer. By the way, you can make this cake, like I said, as tall as you want, as big as you want. And I'm going to take some fresh strawberries, and I'm calling it a strawberry cake, but of course it could be bananas or any fruit in season that you're choosing. And I'm going to put lots of fresh strawberries in the center here. Okay, she brought me some blueberries. Thank you, ma'am. I did need blueberries. It's just that I want to add some more color to it. I'm not thrilled with the color of it. How about that? It's as good as any cake you could buy at Jewel or Dominic, right? And you made it, and literally, if I wasn't talking and doing everything else, I could make this cake in 20 minutes.